Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I did 100 push-ups, and I have to say that my arms felt really light, especially after doing 500 push-ups yesterday. I only did 50, and then I did, I think it was 10, 20, 10, 10, or something of that sort. But the reason I bring that up is because my arms do feel light, and I felt lighter, but I think my muscles are still healing. So I felt like I was still pushing. I don't know, I was tired, but my arms felt lighter. It's kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it. But I do want to talk about something real quick. I was taking down some notes and I was looking at some of the stuff I was thinking about. I brought up one of my coworkers who is extremely resilient, right? Went through these really difficult times and for some reason found a way. And I've noticed sometimes people they play the victim card. Now, I've played the victim card before. I'm not gonna lie. But it seems to be like a badge of honor now, and I don't think that's a positive thing. So, yes, we've all gone through some terrible things, and some more than others, right? There's different levels, of course, and everyone feels that in a different way. But it's not what you've been through; it's how you overcame it. And yes, we all go through these terrible and tragic things, but how did you overcome it? How did you build that resilience? How did you get back up again? How did you, overcome it? How did you take action? Because if you just keep saying that you're a victim, like you went through these terrible things, I mean, yeah, that's terrible. If I feel, bad. But what did you do? For instance, my coworker, she got 3 jobs, had 4 kids. Yeah, she admitted it. She messed up in life. Nothing she can do about that. You can't listen to what everyone else says. You got to ignore it. You got to build some stoicism, right? You got to be stoic. That I admire. She took action. She didn't sway to drugs or alcohol, none of that stuff. So, you got to build resilience, push forward, and if you fall, get up. Get up and fight. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about, The second thing I noticed is that part of the reason I bring this up is that every Sunday I get a little bit lonely. And, I realize that, I'm the first person in my family. Like, genuinely, the first person in my family. Yeah, my sister maybe did it in France for a while, but her ex-boyfriend gone and visited her. And maybe for like a few months she was in and out. I don't know. I mean, she might have lived alone for a little bit, but I think I'm officially the one who's lived the alone the longest. And I started thinking about this. Why do I feel lonely? One, right? I think part of the reason is that I'm a family man. I kind of just dig that. I like being a family man. I like living in a big household, and it's part of the way I grew up. Right? I have 5 sisters, 1 brother. I've always lived with people, and it has its pros and has its cons, but I'm a family man. I like being around groups of people. I'm very social, and I guess just being in this big apartment, and it is a big apartment. I'm thinking about considering getting a smaller one. I mean, I don't need a huge 1-bedroom. I have so much space for nothing. I'm stupid. I should have just got a studio. Save myself some money too. But my point being is, I'm starting to realize, get to know yourself, right? Know your principles, know yourself, know your fears, know your strengths. That's one of the things too, is that I think I'm a family person. And if I'm not, and what I mean by that too, like I'm also a relationship type of person, right? I don't like going around, messing around with tons of women and screwing up and like screwing women and doing all this stupid. I don't like doing stuff like that. I don't even necessarily like dating, like going out and like meeting new people, like, oh, go out on a date here, there, and like, that's not my style, right? I'm a relationship guy, but it has to be the right person, and I'm very picky, but, well, anyways, I won't go into that. The next thing is, I did a lift today, and I got a $5 tip from this one trucker, $5 tip from an old lady and her daughter, got a $2 tip from the 3 people that I picked up at the mall, and then I picked up I guess a young lady, Asian girl, but she didn't give me a tip. But it was cool. It was fun. I really liked the lift today. It was pretty cool. And so far I've earned, I think it's like $113. Not bad, for the lift. The next thing is I like to give a big shout out to my special lady. Um, I won't go too much into detail, but she's such an amazing person, super supportive. She opens up, she talks to me. She's such a beautiful person, and I mean, I'm not just talking physically. Like, yeah, physically, she's like really hot, but that's not the point. Point is, even better than that. That's just like that's a big bonus, right? But better than that, she has a heart of gold, and that's hard to find. That's really hard to find. And amazing person, beautiful heart. She's just like the nice to everyone. She's supportive. She cares. She communicates. She likes to talk. I mean, she's just a person that, like, man, where the hell has this person been, right? So big shout out to her. I miss her a lot. I miss her like crazy, and I hope she's doing well. The next thing, the last thing I want to talk about is commitment. Um, a former student of mine sent me a video, and he was like, "Hey, man, I want to show you something." And part of the reason I make these videos, these 100 push-ups a day, is one, obviously, to share my story. Two, is to, commit to my push-ups. But it's not just about commitment to push-ups. It's commitment to a cause, something that you really want to do. And, it's important to be able to commit to something. You're losing a little bit of freedom, but if it's for a better benefit. So commit. If you're going to do 100 push-ups, complete the 100 push-ups. If you're going to create a challenge, create a challenge. If you're going to create a goal, go for it. Commit. Think deeply about what your commitments are and why you're doing it. Or else, what? Who are you? You have to have principles. You don't have principles, then you're nothing. So know who you are. Dive deep into your psyche. Identify who you are and go for it. Push it. And commit. It's a struggle, but you can do it. All right, folks, I'm going to call it a night. You guys be safe. I went way over 5:30, 7 to 7:30. Have a great night. 100 push-ups. Stay committed. Be safe.